Thank you. I've taught at the University of Virginia since 1991 and do work all around the Commonwealth and outside of it also. This is not new. The history of UVA has always been one that's included progress and resistance to that progress. The university of today, our university, your university, we're a public institution, belongs to all the people of Virginia, has overcome many, many failures. Beginning with Jefferson himself, UVA provided for much of the intellectual justification for slavery, then Jim Crow and segregation, eugenics, and much more. By the 1930s, the poet Carl Shapiro could write, "To hurt the Negro and avoid the Jew is the curriculum." And there are those who would like to return us to those times. But we are not going to allow that to happen. Look down the hill to the memorial to enslaved laborers and know that the descendants of those very people whose names are written on the walls now grace the ground as students, staff, faculty, and alumni. We're going to honor their memory and be inspired by their resilience and say, not here, not now, not ever. I want to speak directly to the attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion means that youth from rural areas, such as Virginia's Appalachian region, who may not have had the opportunity to take all the advanced placement courses that others in more prosperous regions can take, are offered the support they need to be successful here. Does anyone think that we should take away support for those students? No! Diversity, equity, and inclusion means recognizing that youth who would be the first in their family to attend college need assistance to level the playing field. Does anyone think that we should take away support for first-generation students? No! Diversity, equity, and inclusion means that veterans who've been away from their studies for years can receive assistance as they integrate into an academic environment. Does anyone want to take away that support for our veterans? No! I could go on. Academic freedom is not an abstract concept when there are people who want to stop us from teaching our authentic history, when they want to stop us from offering medical care to youth whose parents and the youth need them, who want us to hire faculty not on the basis of their knowledge and teaching ability, but on their ideology. It's not an abstract concept when there are people who want to return to the days when you or your daddy knew, who you knew or your daddy knew ensured that you could be here as a student or work as a faculty or staff member. I have a story of resistance. It comes from my mother's experience as someone who lived through the Nazi occupation in World War II. It's a longer story, but suffice it to say, she was kicked out of 2 different schools. The first for insulting Hitler, the second for not joining the Hitler Youth. If you were kicked out of school, if you were not in school, then you were going to be subject to being basically the enslaved labor, forced to go into Germany or east of there, and subject to the bombings that occurred there as well. There was a Luxembourg doctor living in Germany who wrote a lie that she had a condition that would keep her from doing that work. And then when she turned 18, she was subject to that again. He repeated that. He told a lie. He said that she had a medical condition that would keep her from doing that work. Now, I know we're all looking to do a lot. We know we can't do everything. His actions did not end the war, and each of our individual actions will not stop this hostile takeover of the university. But his actions made an enormous difference. Your actions today and the future will too. Be that doctor. Make that difference. Thank you.